So, hello and welcome to Hunt Showdown, a discussion series. This is just a little podcast with me and my friends talking about different things in the game, out the game, and trying to make some sense of it all. So, I'm your host, Max, and with me today are my two co-hosts, Ethan
Hello.
and Nuno.
Hello.
So yeah, we're going to be going through some topics. Some of them, I think, have been in the talks of people who play this game a lot recently. But yeah, we're going to start off with something that's a bit more along like what we've been doing and how we ended up playing Hunt a lot more, basically. So the first kind of topic that I think we're going to talk about is moving from CSGO to Hunt and why we did it.
I don't know why I don't play the shit games.
Yeah, basically, that's how it is. But yeah, I mean, we played CS a lot, like us three.
You could put it like that if
Yeah.
you really,
You
if you're
know,
being generous.
Yeah, I think we all have over 3,000 hours on CS.
No,
yeah.
I'm not that bad.
No, Ethan doesn't. He started playing it
You
later
have
than
over
us. Nuno.
2,000, don't you?
Yeah, still a lot of hours to put into a game.
Yeah.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, we almost, at least me and Ethan, Nuno played a bit more League as well. In the past, but
less
me and
like-
Ethan religiously played CS almost for like the past 3 years, basically.
Yeah, they call me Counter-Strike Jesus.
Yeah, that's definitely what they call you. But we
Yep.
Yeah, because when I see you play and I'm drinking water, instantly start drinking wine.
Yeah, you're gonna need it watching me play.
to get
Like,
away from
like
it.
magic, it's water into wine.
Yeah.
Poof, there you go.
God damn it. But yeah, we shoved a lot of hours into the game. Too many, way too many. And you know, I think it's the same with most competitive games. You know, you start ranking up pretty fast, and at one point you're like, shit, I'm gonna go pro, man. Gonna become a fucking streamer. Gonna, do all this shit. Obviously, eventually that dies
And
out.
then you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
then you
don't.
realize-
Like
Shit.
everybody else playing
Yeah.
the game.
Then you get stuck at MG1 for like a year, and you're like, well, this is it. I'm never going anywhere. But yeah, we definitely put a lot of time into it. We actually played it quite competitively for the majority of those years. It was
like
the
a good best part of 2 years or so
Yeah,
at least.
it was
you were a
the-
bit longer.
yeah, it was the main game that we played. Like, we played other games occasionally. We
It was the competitive game.
yeah,
you played.
it was the only competitive game at least me and Ethan played. Nuno played League
Yeah.
a lot of the time, and like more recently, Nuno, you've been playing like Valorant as well. Not like competitively, but it is still
Yeah, I
competitive.
very rarely actually play competitive, and Valorant's
Yeah.
actually quite bad.
Yeah, but that's for another time. But
But
yeah,
that's for
so,
another podcast.
so basically, we recently, in like the past like 4 months, I'd say roughly, we have
About 4 months playing Hunt religiously.
yeah,
And probably
we've-
about 2 months playing both.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we have played Hunt in the past. At least me and Nuno used to play it a bit back in the early access before the full release.
Yeah.
We never like got super into it because that was in the time when we were so into CS. Like, it was
Yeah, I think you got your prestige, and I got to about level 96, and then we stopped playing before the full release of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was sort of like one of those things where we played it, but we weren't invested in it. And yeah, like, because of that, we never actually like fully went back to it during that time. Like, we would occasionally maybe be like, oh fuck, let's play, but like, it was also
Let's give it a go and then
yeah,
give it an hour or two and then that was
Yeah,
it for,
it was
for
not-
another 3 weeks.
yeah,
Yeah, it was not more serious than like as we went as we went back to playing PUBG for no reason
Yeah,
for a day
yeah,
or two.
exactly. Like, it was also partially at times, even if we'd want to play it, like, because as many people will know, Hunt Showdown is not an easy game to run. It's you need some decent system to actually like
Yeah,
for it to perform
you
well.
need the whole package. You need a nice
Exactly.
big
Yeah.
package.
Yeah. So.
Ask me all about the nice big packages.
Okay. Right.
And I'll
No.
tell you to go
Although,
somewhere else.
although it's much better now than it was
Yeah.
actually in the alpha.
Yeah, but it meant that sometimes, especially when like I hadn't upgraded my rig yet, or like when I was on like a bad laptop, basically because like my old PC had broken down, like it just meant that Hunt wasn't very fun to run, to say the least. I don't think it even would have run on that laptop. So obviously there's a lot of setbacks in the way where CS:GO is, you know, it's one of the games where you can plug it into a potato and it'll probably run, especially if you put it like lower the resolution and stuff. So
Yeah.
all things considered, it was actually like we didn't play it that much for a long time, and then yeah, recently I don't even know what it was. It was just one
It
time,
was one afternoon. Hey, do you want to give Hunt a go? And then
it was just like,
been
damn, we've been
depressed ever since.
we've been sucked into this depression spiral for the past few months, and yeah, and as you can see, it's even pushed us so far as to making content. So like, yeah, obviously big change. CS:GO, Hunt, not very similar games in many aspects.
They're
I think the only
different. They're different. That's what I
Yeah.
was trying to say.
I mean, you can apply some theory that you can apply both
I
to
mean,
CS and Hunt and like find
point
some
and click.
similarities,
Yeah,
but
I
like,
mean, like
you cannot just like copy paste
yeah,
what
no,
Oh no,
happens like
definitely.
in
I think
CS and Hunt.
no, it's
The
so
randomness
completely
of
different.
Hunt is much more extreme than on
Yeah.
CS.
Exactly, and that sort of like brings us on to the point of why we actually prefer it in a way, like why we have been sucked in so much to Hunt.
Well, I'm not happy either way, so it's up to you.
I
Uh,
suppose so.
I guess there's like the thing that I've realized, like playing Valorant, like playing more Valorant made me realize, because Valorant is it's kind of the extreme of CS in this manner, which is the predictability of knowing that your enemy will be there or where you're gonna take your fights, which is interesting, but it's just like most games end up being the same, or you're taking fights in the same way
Yeah.
or whatever. Because like Valorant, you can choose where you spawn. So literally, I'm 10 rounds in a row taking the same fight in the same angle against the same person,
Mm.
uh, which is quite boring.
Yeah.
While in Hunt Showdown, you can like spawn with a squad 100 meters away from you,
Yeah.
or
And then-
literally
and then-
completely isolated on the big bounty, and everyone else is going for the small bounty for no reason.
Exactly. It's just a huge change. Like, CS:GO is such a like, you know, it's super strategic, but it's also at the same time it's very basic. Like when it comes to it,
Counter
like,
Strike's very structured. I think that's
yeah,
the difference.
like you spawn in one place with your team. You know there's 5 enemies. You know where they are right now. You know where they can be or where they can't be at
You know
like
their
these times.
objective as well.
You know their
That's the big
objective.
one.
Yeah, you know in Hunt there is no defined objective when you hop into a server. You could be going to kill players. You could be going to kill mobs. You could be going to get the bounty. Like obviously you can
run in and shoot 3 bullets and extract if you really fancy
exactly. Like you can do whatever you like. There's no clear set. Here is how you win the game. Here is how you lose the game. I mean, if you die, you lose, but you can also class.
If we die, we die.
Exactly.
You'll get me.
Yeah.
You can lose in multiple ways as well. You could extract with the bounty or something, but you know, 2 of your teammates have died and you can't save them. Like, is that a win? Is that a loss? I don't know. I mean, I guess the only way.
I mean, it's a win for me. It's a loss for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can give you the shot.
Pretty grim.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just it's very different, but like in that sense, Hunt is just so much cooler because you have so much more to think about in terms of like, oh, who can be around me? What can
that
be
big
around
brain
me?
we're all really famous for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that
Comes a great.
another thing that I really enjoy is that because Hunt is mostly like single shot weapons, or you take like a shot per fucking 2 seconds at best. It is actually much slower than CS, which is you peek in a corner, you're dead, or the enemy's dead instantly. Like that entire area just belongs to you. It's very straightforward, very blatant.
Yeah.
While in Hunt, like the dynamics of like trying to gain space trying to outflank your enemy. It's
Making sure
they're,
someone doesn't run at you with a Romero
yeah, they're
Yeah.
or an
much more
axe.
interesting because like it actually works like properly because you need to take space. It's not just as simple as yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
flick through
can't
his
just.
head and instantly kill him, and it's
Mhm.
done and it's and set. Like
Yeah,
your movement and where you position yourself are very relevant.
yeah, exactly. It's a different combat dynamic completely, which is like I don't know. It's much more interesting to me, at least. Like when in a fight, there's so much more opportunity to do interesting things. Like yeah, in CS:GO, there's also utility. There's incendiary grenades, smoke grenades, frag grenades. But in Hunt, it's like one. There's a way bigger variation of the utility. Like you have like
Yeah.
hive bombs and stuff like things that you wouldn't even like think about using anything like that in CS. Like you can't fit it into
Yeah.
that kind of structure. But in Hunt, it's like, oh, this guy's camping in this house. Chuck a hive bomb in there. He has to either deal with it or run away from it or something. Like, and in that time, you can push, kill. Like, it's
Yeah.
there's just that extra added like change in combat, and the pacing is also very different. Like, yeah, gunfights can happen like so quickly. Like, you run into somebody like in a compound. Like you are like face to face. You're most likely one of you's gonna die at that point there and then, but there is still like the opportunity that you both whiff like your single shot weapon and you have to run back, and the fight completely changes. Like the space, the
I think building on that, there's a big difference between how rotating works and how you can use the space around you. It's like
yeah,
in Counter Strike, everyone plays set positions. You do your set things. You even rotate in a set way. You
yeah,
you play Hunt and you try and apply that, and you're gonna get capped.
yeah, yeah. That's true.
But
Yeah.
that's because like
Yeah,
you got to use the space. You got
yeah,
to
exactly.
take 100-meter flanks if you have to.
Hmm. Yeah,
It's you're trying to outsmart your enemy half the
exactly.
time.
Yeah,
It's
Oh
and
not
yeah, when you
necessarily about outgunning them.
yeah,
yeah
exactly.
when you do go for a flank, it needs to be a fat flank. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, like it's just especially another thing that is obviously insanely different is the sound. Sound is even though sound is one of the most important aspects in CS, the fact that you can like walk silently and move around silently in CS:GO is completely different to Hunt, where even if you're crouch walking, you still make noise. So you can be crouching like around a house, and there's somebody in that house. They can probably hear you waddling around there, and
Yeah.
you like if you're used to CS, you die like, and you're like, how did they know I was there? It's like, well, yeah, because you're making steps. It's like the realism of the game is right there. Like you are still making noise. Like you're not just
The only
silently
time you're not
floating
making
around.
noise is when you're stood perfectly still,
Yeah,
not
Yeah.
doing
exactly.
a thing. Even pulling out a gun
Yeah,
makes a noise. So
exactly. Like pulling out anything makes a noise. Like walking around makes a noise. Even jumping, stabbing. Like how usually you will make a noise if you do that in real life. So it it just
I mean,
it
apart
changes
from
completely.
ninjas are pretty cool.
Yeah.
They know,
Yeah.
Alright,
they,
yeah,
they
I
know how
mean,
to do that shit.
yeah, but as it happens, there are no ninjas in in Hunt.
There are a few skins,
Next update.
but
Yeah,
Next
there's
update.
next update, yeah.
but
Ninja
yeah.
update.
Also thinking of that
Mhm.
that whole crouching and making sound thing,
Mhm.
there's also a big difference because it's just the size of the map. It's quite relative because I'd say a CS:GO map is more or less the size or probably smaller than a compound in Hunt. So if
Yeah,
you want to
yeah.
just fucking crouch walk around a compound, you're gonna take ages to do whatever, and you're probably gonna get capped on the way.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, like, it's just in Hunt, it's a bit more brutal. You just like, there's no like in CS, you have the kind of leverage of like, oh, I can walk around this part of the map and nobody will hear me. I can run around this part of the map, no one will hear me, even if they're like far enough away from you. And like, there's no issue with it. Like you can just do that and then like win rounds or win gunfights by that. Like whereas in Hunt, yeah, it's just you gotta just kind of like work around the way the game works, obviously. And in Hunt, it's just so much more real. that you have to actually like act that way, which is something that I really like. It's just you can't just like float around on the ground basically making no noise and then whip out your gun behind somebody and kill them. Like
Yeah.
you will get found out if you try and do something like this. It's just so much more intense.
I mean, speak for yourself, but I'm pretty oblivious, so you could probably pull that shit on me.
Suppose so. I mean, yeah, I guess it depends who you're up against. You know, if you're in like the low elo, then
The
who knows?
0.91 KD.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, Siesta Hunt, it's
It's fucked.
yeah, it's fucked, but we like it for some reason, you know. And
We like it just a little bit more, but
obviously,
it's okay.
If you have any reasons why you also moved from whatever game to Hunt or why you like Hunt so much, leave them down in the comments and let us know. It's always interesting to hear other people's stories about why they're ruining their lives.
How they're ruining their lives,
Yeah.
more importantly.
Yeah, basically.
What's their method of what's their method?
Yeah, basically. I mean, usually it's Hunt, but you know,
It's always Hunt.
it's always Hunt. But yeah, interesting point that we can move on to the next topic that Nuno mentioned about his KD, his negative KD, is actually
His piss poor KD.
yes, his piss poor KD is
That's what they say.
making KD invisible. Should it happen? I think it should.
I think it
I
should.
mean, it depends, because some people like to see you. Look how good I am.
That's true. Some people do, but
Pride thing.
at the same time, as much as it's a pride thing, I think that KDA is more detrimental to people.
It depends how
in
much you
general.
think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I know you've
Yeah,
sort of convinced me in the past few days to try not look at it at the best of my ability.
yeah.
I don't want to, because last time I looked at it, it was bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Not
I
quite
think it-
0.91, but it wasn't far off.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I think adds quite the toxic trait to the game because
Yeah.
like one of the great things about Hunt is that there's no ranking system.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Well, that we
so
can
if
see.
you yeah, all right, but so if you lose, you're not like shit, I'm gonna derank. All right, I lost
Yeah.
my hunter, but I can easily replace him because
I
Yeah.
mean,
money
let's
or
be
like
real,
I
not
have
even-
no
not even a
money,
f-
but I can try.
Yeah,
you're like but it's just
Yeah,
like
yeah, I get you.
you're two weapons and a victory away from replacing your hunter completely, right? The
Yeah,
victory because you need the
basically.
traits. But so the KD just adds this toxic trait that you're in competition with everyone and you want to be better than your team and then you're like than your friends, I mean, and then when you lose you're frustrated not because you lost but because your KDA is dropping.
Yeah, exactly. And it adds the thing that like in other games, like, you know, in CS, like where you've got the rank and it's like, oh, my rank's dropping, like I'm so pissed off about that, like I'm losing elo, like, and I can see it happening. And it adds that into the game, which it shouldn't be. Like, it's not part
Yeah,
of the
I
game.
know I'm bad. Stop showing me. Thanks,
Yeah,
Counter Strike.
exactly.
I
That's-
appreciate that.
It's like that, like, you know, it's one of the things where it just ruins like what the game is meant to be slightly. Like, I think that the game should be about, you go into a game, you don't care about how many kills you get, how many times you die. All you care about is going in, trying to get the boss or trying to kill some players, or like you have this objective in your mind and it's not holding you back at all. Like, you're not being held back by this idea of like, oh, I'm going to lose my KD is going to drop to like, oh no, it's going to drop to 1.5 like, or like 1 or something, and you're upset that it's getting lower, because it shouldn't matter in this type of game. Like, maybe in a rank oriented game like CS or League, like, sure, there should be obviously ranks and you should be able to see it. That makes sense. You want to know.
Conveniently, you can't see your KD in Counter Strike.
Yeah, conveniently. That's because the ranks are there though, like to show you
Yeah, so
how
I suppose
supposedly
so.
good you are. So
Thank God.
But no, ask matchmaking, see what they say.
Yeah.
Day
So yeah, I mean, like, it's just, I don't think KD should be a visible thing in Hunt. I think they should just remove it. I think that it's
I think
toxic.
the only
and
problem
it's,
now
like,
though is it's a bit too late to remove it, because
I think they could, like, some people would be, they remove the quick swap. Like, if they remove the quick swap, then
that's true. I
they
suppose
can
so.
remove, like, it's just something where it's like, you know, you shouldn't have to at least see it, like, because it's just on your statistics, right? Like, so even recently, like, I did the hide statistics thing. That doesn't actually hide my statistics from myself. It just hides them from other people and hides other people's from me, which
Well, yeah, as
is
well. It
better.
always makes me suspicious when I see hidden statistics on people.
Yeah,
I just think, what you got to hide there, buddy?
yeah. But to be honest, it's probably more so either they're just bad, or they just, like, again, similar to me, like, just don't want to have to see, like, when I die to somebody now, I'm not looking at them like, oh my god, they had like a full KD, like, oh my god, they had like a 2.5 KD. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just
I
like,
can't
I
help
died.
looking at it sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I just recently I started ignoring my KD and caring less about it, and I started playing better in my mind, at least. Like, I felt like I was playing better, so I was like, in a way, like, I gained that confidence to play better. So, like, at least my advice to most people is just, like, yeah, literally ignore KD as much as possible. Like, whether it's 0.91 or 1.5 or like 7 for some god awful reason, just, like, it doesn't matter.
Just have fun with the game.
Exactly.
That's what it's there for.
Exactly. Don't play it because you want the highest KD ever. Like, don't play it because
But then again, some people play for that, so it's a bit unfair to say.
Yeah, I suppose.
Gotta remove it.
Yeah, but like you know
Maybe,
the
maybe make it harder to find. That's why I'll click on it by accident.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's, if you removed it, it's not, it's not like you're removing some, oh, they removed bosses from the game. What the hell? Like, that's such a, that's a huge part of the game. It's not like they're doing like that. It's literally
No, I
like
suppose.
a number on a screen. Like, it's not what the game is meant to be played for. So it shouldn't be there, in my
Would
opinion.
you consider replacing it with anything? Like maybe more of a formal ranking system?
I don't.
No, 'cause that's the same.
Yeah, that's exact. That just adds another level
I
of it.
suppose so.
Like, I get how it's different because it doesn't require your, like, KDs, like, all it, but like how it's so
I
difficult
think
to
the thing is
rank
people
and
like
hunt
to
as
know
well.
how good they are,
Yeah,
I
or how
think
not good they are.
you could just have like amount of kills in general,
yeah,
and like maybe amount of games played.
yeah,
But like kills per death is like a showing of skill in general.
Yeah, I suppose
Yeah.
so.
Because
then
like
again,
you
so is
kill more
kills
than
per
you
game.
die. Yeah, no, but kills per game is could be more of a matter of luck because there are games that you don't see anyone,
That's true.
and then I think you just need to grow to not be frustrated about extracting with a bounty without seeing a single enemy.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I suppose so. Probably make it slightly less toxic.
yeah. Basically, it just
I
think
do like seeing how many players I've killed. It does make me feel a little
Yeah.
bit good.
I think that they should maybe, like, keep in some very basic statistics, like, yeah, how many players you've killed, how many games you've played, maybe like assists even, if they were, but I don't
I think if you got kills, you need assists as well.
But then I just don't think you should put, like, deaths or anything in there, or like, oh, like, this is how many times you die, like, this is, like, it's not worth it. Like, they shouldn't have at least like an outright KDA, and especially not like displayed when you die to somebody or something. Like, I don't
No,
think
it can be very tilling, to be fair.
exactly, because it's like, oh my god, I just died like an idiot or something, or like,
just died
oh,
to a guy with 0.7 KD.
yeah, or like, even when it's like, how does this guy have like 4.5 KD? Like, how am I in a match against this kid? Like, things like that. Like, it just creates another level of tilt that, I mean, I don't really think is necessary. But I mean, yeah,
we get enough of that already. We don't need any more.
Yeah,
Till.
like
I don't want to put any more stress on my heart.
basically. But yeah, it's, I don't know. In my opinion, KD, KDA, whatever you want to call it, shouldn't be in the game, or at least shouldn't be.
I think a
maybe
dumbed
can
down
be,
form of it would be better personally.
Yeah, but
because
I don't think it should be visible.
Some
to
people
players.
like to see how big their penises can get.
I suppose so, yeah. But I mean, whatever. It's how you think about it. To be honest, I don't think it's necessary.
You know what is necessary?
Go on.
More skins.
More skins. Moving
More
on.
skins.
Segueing into
I want
the
more skins.
next goddamn
Give me more
topic.
ways to waste time and money. I need more skins.
Basically. So
I said I wouldn't buy skins in Hunt after Counter Strike, and then I bought more skins.
Oh yeah, you guys actually bought them a lot of DLCs, didn't
It
you?
was on sale over
It was on sale.
Christmas.
I spent
I
like
saw it
15
on
quid.
sale.
Wait, what?
Not too bad. I spent
I
15
said
quid.
it's always on sale. Aren't there
Ah,
like always
Yeah, they
DLCs
like
on
rotate
sale
it, so it's quite
returning?
nice. It's a good way of
yeah.
doing.
Yeah, but I
Good
mean,
way of getting people to spend their schmeckles.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, it kind of that takes us on to the boss kill skins. The thing that
Yeah, this was an
sort of-
idea you had the other day.
Yeah. So I actually I heard it from a streamer.
Oh,
So it's not my idea.
It's
It's
stolen.
you
yes.
mentioned it to me the other
yeah,
day.
yeah,
So I'm giving
he's-
you. I gave
he's-
you false credit.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
bastard.
You shouldn't have given me credit. You should give credit to Delacroix or Delacroix. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Delacroix, you've got my credit. Because
Yeah,
Max
he's,
is a knobhead.
He's pretty damn good at the game. But yeah, basically, he was saying on a stream that in the events, let's say you kill a boss, right? You get presents or you get pumpkins or whatever it is, like,
I
depending
like
on
the
the event.
presents.
And
They made it feel like Santa was coming early.
exactly, and it gives you an incentive to go there because when you get presents, you either get skins, like if you get so many of them, or you get hunter XP or something.
They
like
dropped
that's what it
a
was
lot of the
afterwards.
rewards for the Christmas event was utility as well. So it was like,
Yeah, exactly. You've
Oh,
got like extra frag bombs, extra.
here's my frag bombs. I don't need to go buy now. Thanks.
Exactly, like
My vitality shots.
it's just things like that. So he was basically saying that it would be really cool if they had like a permanent thing in game similar to that, where it's like you have killed the butcher 200 times and therefore you unlock this like skin, this like, I don't know, for something like maybe a spark sniper skin called like the butcher or something, I don't know. But basically, yeah, you it's like an achievement almost. And yeah, it gives an incentive for people to actually push the boss and go and get the kill, because therefore, even if they don't extract with the bounty, they're getting like these points towards this skin. And like it's just almost the same as like the prestige skins. Like the Louisiana Lustrum is like the prestige 5. I think there's a Quadringa skin 25. So like it's the same thing. And I think Nuno mentioned earlier about something about the actual
Monstrum.
the monstrum, like the books,
Yeah,
like
being connected to the book and how you unlock bits of the story.
yeah,
Whenever you kill like the butcher or any of the bosses X times, you can find out more about them and unlock like 2 to 3 blood bonds.
yeah. But then I guess like instead of the blood bonds in a way, or like let's say they just add it on. It's like once you've got the blood bonds from it for like killing it, I don't know, 100 times or whatever it is, then the next time you kill it 100 more times and you get this skin. And yeah, I think that it's just like a nice like little
Or maybe
touch.
even after that.
Yeah, I think
Give
it
it a choice to unlock maybe default skins,
Yeah,
Bloodborne skins, after you've unlocked the unique ones. Maybe
yeah, that'd be cool.
just keep to give that incentive to keep going.
Yeah,
almost.
exactly.
Or
Yeah, I think
introduce a load of unique boss skins, depending on
Hmm.
how many
Oh.
how many skins you think there should be.
Yeah.
Wait, can I just say
Yeah,
something?
yeah, go ahead.
I think it should really be like probably a big amount of bosses that you need to kill.
Oh, I think it should be a ridiculous amount of
yeah.
bosses
Yeah,
to
it
get
should
like
be
the last one.
Should be the last one, but
Have a
I'm
tier
just
list
thinking,
of skins.
yeah, I'm just thinking like after tier 10 they stop dropping you like giving you skins freely per prestige, right? After
Yep.
prestige
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, I think.
So
Well,
I
it
think
said
that's
it said
when-
until like 20 or something.
There's special unlocks at certain levels, but yeah,
Yeah.
you can't pick a random skin anymore.
Yeah,
It's
there
not
should be
paid.
like I think it should start more or less around then that you start unlocking this skins by completing boss, because you just if you're just like receiving skins from killing
True.
200 butchers before prestige 10 and getting a skin per prestige, just feels like you're getting a lot of skins and then suddenly you're not.
Yeah, I
While-
suppose I agree with you in a way. I think that that's a really good idea. But as a counterpoint, loads of people just never
yeah.
prestige. Loads of people literally just
Some people don't
Yeah,
play for
stay-
long enough for that.
Yeah,
to
but
even-
my
to even
point
get
was
past,
not
like,
to
a
start.
prestige anyway.
My point was not to start after the prestige, but to be a number that would be like more or less
Oh,
around.
Oh, I
Like
get you. So you
if
want to
you an
make it
estimate, you an
roughly
estimate.
somewhat
Oh,
high.
at 1,000 butchers, like the person's around like prestige 15 or 16. So maybe at 600 butchers, we give a skin or whatever.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get you. No. Yeah. That's a good way of doing it. I think because yeah, like
I have a question.
yeah. Go on.
Sorry, carry on first, and then
Oh
I'll
no.
ask my
Okay.
question.
Okay. So I was like basically I just thought that you meant oh
It only unlocks
only
after
unlocks
level
after
10.
like prestige 10 and it's counting up from there, so it's like oh yeah, whatever, however many you've killed from before that doesn't matter, it's like how many you kill after that. So like let's say you had to kill 200 after prestige 10, then you'd get the skin or whatever, but I was like that obviously doesn't
And
work
then I've wasted 10 prestiges of
for the
butcher kills.
yeah, and then it obviously doesn't work for players who
Don't
actually
prestige.
don't prestige, because there
But
are
they're
a lot
still
of people
better than us.
yeah, exactly, there's a lot of people who just don't prestige or barely do, like maybe they did it once and I was like I don't care, like it just really depends. But yeah, what were you gonna say, Ethan?
I was gonna ask how would you count the bosses killed? Would you count it on like a squad basis or an individual basis? You know, like how
Or
the
a kill or
weeklies
an
and dailies
extraction.
are counted.
Well, I mean, it would be kill, like not an extraction. I mean, maybe you could have some
But I
skin
think
for
extraction
extraction.
makes more sense though,
No,
right?
but like
Because you're extracting the bounty.
Yeah, but how
I-
many times have we got the bounty and died?
also,
Well, that's
Like
because we're
that.
retarded.
I
Well, yeah.
I
but
just want
still.
to put into the conversation the fact that the whole like reason behind the kind of boss skins was to like an incentive for people to actually get the bosses, because
That's where you want the big fights
exactly
to be.
you want the boss places
You want to get there
be
first,
where people
basically.
want to go to. Lots of people otherwise will choose to like, oh, I want to go to
Oh, I can camp the
Yeah,
exit and get
yeah,
my
exactly.
skin quicker,
yeah, exactly, like you
which is that defeats the point of introducing
yeah,
the boss
yeah,
the
the
boss
whole
skins.
the whole point of them is to get people to actually go to the boss lair. But if you're doing it as an extraction thing, then you can just get around it by like just camping anyway. In fact, it might create more camping because people will just be like, oh, it's easier to just like camp and kill them before they
Which
extract.
is true.
And
Half
then
the time
you
anyway.
can get the boss skin super easily. So like it should just be boss kills, like, which is exactly the same way as the events do it, where it's like you kill the boss and you get this amount of presents. But instead of that, it's just a counter where it's like this squad just killed the boss, so each of them gets an like +1 on their counter, like that.
So you would have it each +1, not on an individual basis.
Well, what do you like? I mean, what do you mean on an individual?
So like,
basis?
if I kill the butcher, I get the point. You guys don't.
No. Everybody in this
take
everybody in the
take it.
squad gets +1 on their counter. It's like how they did it in the
Yeah.
in the events where you'd
Or in
you
the
know,
mission.
if yeah, exactly, like when one person
okay, fair
gets a present, everybody gets the present, right? Like it's because it's a squad game. Like
So
I
I
don't think
can't
it should
screw
be.
over my teammates.
Yeah, that would take
That-
like
yeah,
an
Well,
that-
infinite
there
amount
goes
of
half
time.
of my plans anyway. Fuck you guys.
Like solo players would get it much sooner if
Yeah, but playing
if
solo
it
is a
worked
lot
like that.
harder.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but duos would get much sooner than people that like to play in trios, which is
Yeah,
more or less the
exactly.
same difficulty because it's 2 versus 2 or 3 versus 3.
Yeah, exactly. Like it just
Fair
creates
enough.
like a disparity if it's like, oh, only one person in the squad gets the gets the actual like token or whatever it is for it. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just, to me, I think that it's way better if they just completely have it like everybody on the team gets it. I think it's a really good idea. So yeah, like I'm really glad that I heard it, because now that I heard it, I was like, I think that should be a thing. Like,
It is a very creative idea.
I think Crytek will like definitely have a good way of implementing it. Like they seem to have good ways of implementing.
They always manage
like,
to balance things
yeah.
just right somehow.
Yeah, usually. But yeah, like they've definitely learned enough about like how the game is working and the sort of
Also,
like
everyone
dynamics of
loves
it.
the events.
Yeah, exactly. Like
They're great fun.
yeah,
They bring massive numbers of players in as
yeah,
well.
and viewers on streams and stuff. Like when I was watching them while
Yeah.
on holiday.
Cough, cough.
That's how I got into the Hunt Showdown streamers. Like it's just through the event, because it was like, oh, you need to watch them, and I couldn't play the game while I was on holiday, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna show on some streams and watch. And like, yeah, there's so much more of a community than I thought originally. and like it's really cool. But yeah, I think that that's a really good idea. To be honest, I think that they should implement it soon, hopefully, maybe.
I think it'd be
Um,
interesting.
But it's up to Crytek, obviously, to sort that out. Yeah, I mean, I think you mentioned just a minute ago something about they always manage to balance things right. But speaking on that topic, would be something that I've heard a lot about recently is the Dolch.
Yeah, you
So,
mentioned this just before we started,
yeah,
and I haven't heard too much about this.
yeah.
So you're gonna have to elaborate.
Basically, some streamers I've been watching have basically been like, yeah, Dolch's shit gun. Like, not shit as in like it's bad to use, like it's underpowered, as in it's overpowered and
Yeah,
a
it makes no
spam gun.
sense.
It's basically like, even though the recoil's not as low as it used to be, it's still like you can just spam it basically. There's like not really much skill involved at like, especially at close range. Obviously, more skill gets involved when you start going to like a longer range, and then it just kind of almost becomes like any other pistol, except for like it's got high damage and it costs a shit ton of money. But in general, like it's just the close range combat with it is stupid. It doesn't, as Nuna said, doesn't make sense.
It is
Yeah.
a little bit ridiculous,
Mm.
but I think the price tag almost justifies it in a way,
But
in my
like,
opinion.
but
Because
it
it's not
doesn't.
it's not like it's inaccessible to everyone. Sorry, yeah, no, that makes sense in my head, right?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
Everyone can buy it.
as
It's
long
up
as
to
got the
you.
money. Yeah.
And it's not like you can't use a shotgun as well. Like that'll hit someone in the head immediately.
Well, yeah,
That'll kill immediately.
I get
But
what
I
you mean.
think the Dolch does like what 130 of damage or
Yeah.
120 something, which is like, if we think about it, it's about to deal like the same as what a Springfield or a
Yeah, but
Martini,
the uppercut's
which
not
is
far off. So would you say the same about that?
all right. But the uppercut is much slower
Yeah,
and
you
much
can't
more claustrophobic.
spam
I
it,
guess
yeah.
the uppercut
You
actually
say
has
that,
a
but
higher accuracy.
you put fanning on it, and it's
Yeah,
pretty.
but that's different.
insane.
Yeah, but can you use fanning on an uppercut?
Like, it's...
Like,
Yes.
I mean, yeah, it's
reliably.
I wouldn't say reliably.
Not
It has-
reliably, but I think
It has
to a
quite
similar
the
extent.
recoil. It has quite the recoil.
Yeah.
It does,
I
but
might-
in very close range, it's very spammy, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
the same as the dog.
Might as well get a conversion pistol
Yeah,
and do
like,
the same.
You like, the thing is, the difference is the Dolch, you don't need any traits to play with it. Like in close quarters, like you can't use any other pistol in the same way unless you have fanning, and even then it's different because fanning is way more wild than a like.
Yeah,
you
way less
clo-
accurate.
Like the Dolch is so accurate that the spamming with it is just like you're gonna hit them definitely. Like, whereas like with a conversion chain pistol, like you spam with that, half the bullets will fly off like, I don't know, to heaven or something. Like it's just in my eyes, there's a big difference between
I see your point.
Just
So
a
how would you balance it though?
just like, maybe even it could be like lowering the fire rate because it's pretty fast. Or maybe even just,
It's semi-automatic. You can't really just lower it.
I mean, you can.
I think
Well, you
I
can,
think
but
that,
like
I think that dog could be like nerfed in like any single way to be just like, and also get a bump down on its price to be like a better Bornheim
Yeah,
instead of like
basically.
a fucking
But
god tier
would
Bornheim.
it still take special ammo at that point?
I mean, if you make it like not super expensive, it makes sense to still take special armor.
Yeah, I think that it should keep the special ammo because that's one of the things that makes it, special ammo
That is its
isn't...
limiting factor.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
do have to be careful with it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you have 20 bullets.
Yeah,
literally.
exactly.
Yeah,
You
but
don't-
like you said though, it's
you
very
don't
easy
lose-
to spam with it, and 20
Yeah,
bullets runs out very quickly.
Yeah, but like,
yeah, but
that's...
you
yeah.
kill in 2 shots. You don't need. You probably, if you use it properly, you won't need to get any special ammo
Yeah,
in an
exactly.
entire match.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you literally just use it for like the gunfights, and you, let's say, kill somebody at close range, 2 bullets, kill another person at medium range, that's like maybe 3-5 bullets, and then another one at close range, like you're not going to be spending your like maximum amount of bullets, and even then obviously special ammo is still possible to find, especially like you have an ammo box. But anyway, that's like besides the point. Basically, I just think that it's too much for the game. Like it invites a kind of, I don't know, an annoying style of play where it's just like, oh, I got a Dolch, so here we go. I'm just gonna fucking mow down some bitches with it. Like,
What would you do about the Crown and King then? Because that's the same concept. You can
But
just
the
spam
Crown
that
and
as hard as you
Kings-
want.
Yeah, but the Crown
No,
Kings use that fucking medium ranges.
yeah,
That's true,
Wait,
but
like
completely
it's
useless.
yeah,
just
it's ridiculous at close ranges though.
yeah,
yeah,
but that's
it is ridiculous.
fine.
But
I mean,
more,
it's
a
like
Spectre or a fucking cattle rival will kill a Crown and King if they shoot first.
yeah, exactly. Same with the Romero. Anything like all the shotguns are like, it's just
Oh, a
insane
one
at close
shot.
range. Whereas most pistols, even like the Bornheim, it's like unwieldy at close range because of like the recoil or the slower fire rate or like whatever. Like there's the low ammo count. It just depends on each of the pistols has a factor which makes it not as good as a shotgun at close range. Like obviously unless you hit a headshot, but that's just aim. Whereas in actuality, like the Dolch is just, you go into a close quarters like thing and you can just spam that thing at somebody, fire like so many bullets and they're all gonna hit them. Like it's
Same. You say that, but I could do the same with the Bornheim. I just have to hit another bullet or two.
yeah, but that's the thing.
No, but the Bornheim,
has
it
the
just still way less
accuracy
damage.
the damage is down, the accuracy is down. Like the Bornheim it fires fast,
Less
but
bullets.
it's just really nowhere near as good in terms of like the accuracy, the amount of bullets, and the damage. It's like you have to hit at least 3 if I'm correct with the Bornheim.
Yeah, it deals what,
or
80
like-
normally,
damage?
yeah.
Yeah, and
What, 80 damage, I think, something like that.
yeah, something. So it's like
So two chest shots close range, and
Yeah.
you're still dead.
probably. But yeah, like it's just, to be honest, like it's like an overpowered Bornheim, but it shouldn't be an overpowered Bornheim. There shouldn't be a gun so overpowered in the game for like, because you can use it for mid-range fights as well. Like it's pretty
Okay,
good,
I've just
actually.
done a quick Google. A Bornheim is 100% 3 shots. It does 74 damage.
Yeah, there you go. So
Oh, shit.
So
like-
that sort of answers my own question. Never mind.
yeah, so basically, I don't know. In my eyes, Dolch just either like it's not going to be removed,
I think just nerf it a bit then.
They
and
need
that'll
to
probably
nerf
shut
it.
people up for a while.
like they need to.
You know, I think they could bump down the price because I think the
But
whole
you can't really
concept here-
nerf it and change the price and
No,
lower
no,
the
no,
price
but
as well. That's a bit.
you
I
can to make it balanced
Yeah,
because the whole concept here is that it's justified that the dog is so OP because it's expensive.
$750. Yeah.
Yeah, but the high prices don't justify broken weapons. The Nitro is quite broken, but the nerf there is not really the price, it's how hard it actually is to use that weapon.
Yeah, like it's the sight is bad. Like the
So you could make the Dolch harder to use instead by
yeah. Well, I mean, you could
bumping up. You could bump up the price a little bit more and
Yeah, you could like lower
give it some awful iron sights or something.
lower I'd say like lower the accuracy so it's not. No, I think it should be
Lowering the accuracy
no,
make
no,
it more
yeah,
spammy.
Yeah, exactly. So lower the fire rate or something.
Yeah.
So you can't just click and like somebody's dead. Like there's a bit of a gap between each shot. And then maybe like I don't know, making it in some way like maybe like 7 bullets in a magazine or something rather than 10. Like you don't have to change the total ammo count. Just change the amount of magazines so you have to actually, like, after, some amount of bullets, you have to actually stop
Say
and reload.
6 bullets like the Bornheim.
Yeah, exactly.
Make a reload after that.
Yeah, like something like that. It makes it less like you feel like you can spam. Like 10 bullets in this game is a lot of bullets to just shove out at somebody. And the fact that you have that at your disposal is one of the reasons why people use it so much.
Winfield with levering.
Yeah,
Say that
exactly.
again.
To just spam. You can just spam with it, so... yeah, I think they should just reduce the ammo count, maybe make it a bit slower firing.
They could make it have 5 bullets like per magazine instead of 10.
Yeah,
I
like
think that would be
even
really
that.
interesting.
And like and then like they have like
15 in total.
bullets or like
So
10
keep
bullets per,
the 10 in reserve.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I think that would change it a lot, even just that. And I think they should slightly lower the fire rate, but I mean,
Yeah, maybe a lower fire rate, or
Yeah.
instead of lowering the fire rate, bump up the costs. Some more.
yeah, exactly. But like,
Either way, it sort of
I think right
balances
now
it a bit more.
the only reason I could call it balanced is just because it costs so much. But when it
Like,
comes,
I won't buy one. I will only use one when I steal it off someone.
yeah, basically, I don't buy those.
I can't
things.
justify spending so much on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather
Yeah,
buy 3
I
uppercuts for
can
that
because
price.
I'm responsible with my money.
Yeah, that's why you constantly have no money.
Yeah, but like, high prices don't really don't justify like broken weapons. Like
No,
right
no,
now,
it
I'm
doesn't.
getting
No, they
the
don't
automat
justify it, but they balance it.
the automat or the
Yeah.
aftermath is getting on my nerves recently. That weapon
Yeah, but
is like
the
Oh my
counter
God,
to
yeah.
that is it's horrible at any range.
Yeah,
yeah, but
it's literally
I
just close
like I
range.
can't
You
say
get
anything
more
about.
than 20 meters away from it, and it's pretty screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 20
Just
meters is
because
still a
you run
lot.
in whole frag bomb every time, trying
It's
to
a
suicide
lot.
bomb isn't my fault.
It's
Not
literally,
the
but
aftermath's fault.
but right now it's literally a one-shot kill, essentially, because
Yeah.
it just hits you 3 times.
You do have to practice a little bit to get the spray right. It's not
Yeah.
a point and click done deal. It's like
No,
in
I've
it
only
Counter
is.
used
Strike.
it
It's like
once.
in Counter Strike. You can't hold left click and kill people. You have to
Alright, yeah,
practice
but
with it.
you can just burst it. I've used it once, and I remember the one time I used it. It was
Yeah.
like a year ago, and I did get like 2 kills with it.
Yeah, it
Like,
is. I'm not gonna
fairly
lie.
easy.
It is. It isn't. It isn't the easiest gun to use in the game, but it definitely isn't hard.
But again, that has a ridiculous price tag as well. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I
that's
mean,
why you don't see many of them, and it's
yeah.
really hard to unlock.
Well, you say that, but we've seen like a million of
We've
them while playing
seen,
today.
yeah,
So
like,
That's true.
yeah,
I think the
recently
introduction
we've
of blueprints has made it easier to get, but not
Yeah.
massively.
yeah.
you say reintroduction of blueprints like they were
I said
already in the game.
introduction.
Oh shit, dude.
Ah, I got it.
I was saying recently at the same time as you said introduction, so that's probably where it came from.
Yes.
Yeah,
you know.
recently we've been like it wasn't a problem to me before because you'd see one like per month.
Yeah, like
We
it
found
would
like
pop up in the
6
game.
this week or whatever.
Yeah.
I think no, we got done by in the game. We got done by it in the game we played earlier because we thought it was further away than it was. We didn't
Yeah,
realize they were camping in a bush
yeah.
next to us.
Yesterday we played the game with 2 of them.
Yeah. They've been
Yeah,
popping
but
up
they
a
were
lot.
they were cute though. That doesn't
Yeah.
matter. So
I
And,
mean,
like,
yeah, but
the other
that's
day,
fair
like,
game at that point.
The other day, like you remember when we were in the chapel,
oh yeah.
and we had that standoff for like half an hour. One of them had an aftermath, didn't they?
Yeah, true. To be fair, I've definitely been seeing a lot more of them, and like, I mean,
I've seen more of them, but I think that's because
I
the
dislike
player base is
it.
getting a little bit better.
I dislike it.
Maybe,
because
I don't know.
At the same time, it is a lower skill gun, but at the same time, it's just
You
so
keep your
bad at
distance in it, and it
range
really
that, like,
struggles
you
to
can
hit
counter it. Whereas, like, yeah, it's just whereas with like a Dolch or something, it's like, a distance they can still actually aim at you. Like aftermath, you try and shoot a distance, and you're not gonna hit the broadside of the barn. Like, so yeah, I mean, all in all,
That's
Dolch should be
topical.
nerfed.
That's a very topical
Um,
metaphor.
yeah, exactly.
Aren't you clever?
Yeah. But yeah, all in all, Dolch should be nerfed, I think. Crytek, please fix, but
Please, pretty please.
maybe keep the Avto as it is for now, Maybe that's the next thing that people complain about. I don't know. I mean, Nuno already is, so...
Well, we've always got to have something to complain about, otherwise
Yeah,
we won't be
exactly.
doing our job right.
pretty much. But yeah, I mean, I think we could probably call it quits there. We've talked about
I
it.
don't think I've got
different
anything else to say.
No, that sounds about right, you piece of shit.
Oi, don't make me bring out the glove.
Oh god. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's basically it. It's been good. We've talked about some interesting
It's
things.
been tasty, if you ask me.
Yeah, very tasty. Hopefully, if you're watching this, you've enjoyed. And
Hopefully not. I don't
Oh.
enjoy this. Don't make it a recurring thing.
oh god. Well,
But if
as
you
it
do,
happens,
but
this
if you do, hit me up. You know where to find me.
Of course. Yeah, so hopefully this was just episode 1 of many to come. I'm hoping that we can make this into a kind of, yeah, as Ethan said, a recurring theme. And yeah, just talk about different things, topical areas around Hunt. And yeah, obviously if you enjoyed, then comment down below what you liked about it, what could be
And make
better.
make sure you hit me up.
Yeah, make
That's
sure
really
you
important.
hit Ethan up. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's basically it. So yeah, have fun, and
Good luck.
we'll see you next time.
So, yeah.
Adios.